So it's not recording?
It's now. Yeah, it's recording now.
Maybe you should stay here for a little bit just to check. Do you reckon?
Yep.
Hi guys. Sorry, I got the giggles. Okay, now that I'm back, so I'm just gonna show you what I look like in isolation. This is me all day, every day, Monday to Sunday. I sit at home, and truth be told, I don't really want to go out because I'm fundamentally a lazy person. So I end up in like knitwear because it's winter-ish in Melbourne now. It's cold. You can see it looks like it's raining. So I'm just still dressed like this. I've got my Uniqlo heat tech on, and I'm wearing the bubble V crop. So what I was drawn to at the start was I saw people on Instagram wearing this, like with the neckline kind of like off. How I knit it, I think I could have gone a little bit thicker, but I'm not too sure about the fit here. I don't know. And the really funny story I want to tell you guys was that when I was doing the sleeve, can you see how big and bubbly the sleeves are? When I was doing the sleeve, I thought, oh cool. So I did one cuff and it was all the main color. And then I get to around there and I was looking at the yarn and I said, there's no way I can finish main color sleeve. So I had to do it up to here and then do the cuff in the contrast color. And then go back, do sleeve number 1 and put contrast color back on here. Now the funny thing was, after I finished it, I looked and I went, something's not right with this sleeve. This cuff is not, it's not doing that bubble look like you can see here. It was just falling like God. There was just no, it was just like no shape, nothing. So I was just like, oh, hey guys, you know, to my standing group, but finished my sweater, but my jumper, sweater, whatever. And I said, oh, it looks like, oh, I'm not keen on it. And my friend Anne said, show me what it looked like. So I was in this Zoom and Catherine and Anne were on it and they said, show us your finished object. So I held it around, it's a bit meh. And then they said, put it on. So I put it on, I said, is he something to wear with the sleeve? You know? And then Anne said, you need to go back, pull it back and do knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together. And then she said, that will give you the bubble look. And she said, if you do that, that reduces the number of stitches for the cuff and you have enough yarn to finish it in main color. So I'm looking at her like, right, what's wrong with this pattern, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna tell this person off. And I was thinking, how could it be that everyone else managed to get the bubble look except me, right? And I went back, looked at the pattern and I was like, guess who missed 2 lines of important sleeve decrease to get this bubble look? So I went back, frogged it back, did the reduction and then did the back in the main color. Because I didn't really want the contrast color, so I wanted the sleeves to be all one main color. So that's a lesson learned, isn't it? Like, I was all smart and like gung-ho to like, okay, I can do this sleeve decrease. Yep, I can do the sleeve. Did not read 2 lines of the pattern. Yes, that's how duh I am sometimes. The other thing I wanted to show you, I know I've talked so much about this isolation knit. The other thing I want to show you is that I finally finished this throw blanket. Look at that! Look at that. It took many months of doing it, sitting in front of the TV, and because once you do the repeats, you sort of know what you're doing, and you don't need to keep staring at the pattern, and you just sort of know what to do next, right? So in there's a lot of cute, funny mistakes, like, you know, where you're supposed to slip with the yarn at the back. I did like yarn in front, so like that, those features are gone. Here I call it design features because I can't be bothered going back to frog it, can I? Not. So here I did stocking net stitch instead of garter. It's quite funny actually. And I was actually supposed to go back and do the border, but who can be bothered? So I was like, well, it works. I'm gonna use it when I feel like it, I'll pick it up, right? And the struggle with this was, this is all acrylic yarn. So I saw this in the magazine, the Better Homes and Gardens magazine, which they come out annually. There's like a knitting and crochet special that comes out once a year. I saw it in, I think it would be 2018, and I've wanted to do that since then. But you know, with these things, because you have to wash, you know, it's easier to wash if it's acrylic. So I had to use acrylic yarn, and it was so hard to knit on my child group. This is gonna sound so snobby, but I think anyone who knows me in real life knows I'm a yarn snob anyway. I could not, for the life of me, get that to work. It wouldn't slide off my left needle, and my hand started to hurt. I don't know. It was like I was fighting, and I wasn't knitting. I'm not a tight knitter, so that was really unusual. It wasn't gliding. It felt like there was no give when I was doing the stitching. I just went, I can't do this. But you know, I was like already like a little bit in, and I was like, it seems to be a struggle, and it wasn't enjoyable. It was just not enjoyable. So Anne again came and said, take these needles, they're my spare, and they were these beautiful wood needles, handcrafted, and they were like, you know, the chagu spin, where you could spin, where the needle could spin. So I guess you don't twist if you're doing lace work or, you know, things like that. She said, go use these, they're amazing. I have to admit, they were amazing, but I looked up how much it was, and suddenly they were not amazing because it was $60 a needle. No. And I thought, oh, I'll just keep using it because she said those are my spares. So I got a bit nervous about using them because they were so expensive and they were not mine. I was in Sunspun, just on you know, I was looking for cables so that I could do magic loop, and they had the Chalgu cables that were like 80 cm, 100 cm. So I went in there trying to get my cables in a store, so I didn't have to wait, you know, for online orders and things like that. So around Christmas time I went in there and I saw this set of needles which I showed you before, which is the driftwood. After I bought my Chalgu set, I saw this. Somebody had reviewed these needles. I think it was, I can't remember the channel now, but it was somebody in Queensland, and he had received his package of needles from the Fringe company, and I thought, oh my god, I have FOMO right now. I feel I'm missing out. And I thought, these look nice, right? Like, look at the packaging. So when I saw them and I said, how much are they? And they said it's 100 and I think it was 130. I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. So my husband was like, why do you actually need another set of needles? And we're all looking at him in the shop like, what do you mean I don't need another? What do you mean I don't need another set? Like, doesn't even compute. So, you know, this is like the land of the excess here. And I said, oh, I kind of really like them. So I started using the 4.5s, the 4.5 size. Is that one? Yeah, US size 7, 4.5. So I use these to finish my blanket. The cable was quite good for that purpose. There's only one set. There's no small, large needles. Just one size cables fits all. I'll give you guys a closer look, like a comparison, maybe next video or something like that. But I found, like, you know, when people say it depends on what material you're working on, like what kind of yarn you're working on. I thought this acrylic worked better with driftwood. It just did not work with the chalgo. I don't know why, and I felt like it was just awful using them. It was the weirdest, so strange. And you know, I love chalgo, and I'll tell anybody, go get a set. And I've bought the fixed cable needles for 2 of my name friends before, and they loved it because I was so sure that they would like it, and they did. So it's just weird. So what they actually say about the material you're using versus the material of your needle actually does make sense. So again, it's land of the excess. Like, do you actually need another type of material? No, you don't. And I think it's very personal, but I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna list down the comparisons, and if you guys are interested, I'll do a video on chalgo red lace versus the driftwood material, and then we'll talk more then. So I just really wanted to show this off, and then I can talk about this too. So it actually looks like color work, but it's actually not. You're actually doing, you're knitting back and forth. So if you're doing the gray, you work it one direction, and then you bring it back. Then you carry the next color up. Then you carry the yellow up, and then you work the yellow, and then you bring it back. And then these stitches here, you're actually just flipping it. So instead of knitting the yellow, you slip it. Does that make sense? Well, I just thought it was really nice, and I actually quite enjoy it because it actually looks really impressive, doesn't it? And then you're just doing repeats of the pattern, right, in 16 rows, and then you just keep going and going and going and going until, you know, it covers you to a length that you want. So I thought it was quite clever, except now I have to pick up the border. Will I actually do that? Probably not. I've moved on, I think, and I've used it quite a bit. It's actually quite nice. In hindsight, might pick up better acrylic yarn next time if I ever do another thrill rug. This yarn was just awful. I just did not like working with it. Again, yarn snob, I know. But if you have any acrylic recommendations, just let me know. Because I'm looking, hey, maybe we should do another throw rug. Because there's 4 of us in this house and there's only one. You know what I mean? Okay, so hope you're staying safe again wherever you are. And I hope that things, when restrictions ease, you guys still, you know, just be careful. And don't do anything like, you know, that you shouldn't do, or you think, oh, it's a little bit risky. Okay, bye.